What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages riding on the frequency of love for the highest good. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Thanks so much for everyone who likes, comments, and subscribes. It's really helping the channel grow. It's helping us get these messages out. Alright, we got a Two of Cups in reverse here in your current position, past position. I'm looking at a Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor. It's good news. Okay, so there's something that like is currently, out of alignment from like you and a soul partnership is what I'm hearing. Okay, and I'm just seeing this Ace of Pentacles too as I set the deck down, which as I'm clarifying this Two of Cups in the reverse is giving me this like divinely held soul partnership right now, okay, that wants to come in here. And I'm going to do this as like a love reading. I think that this is what this is. Because there's a Queen of Wands in the past position here. And so she is someone who, with her aligned intention and action, is someone who sits back in the divine feminine energy and like attracts all that is. And like also is a benevolent leader. And in the reverse there's this energy of something being out of harmony here for divine feminine energy. This could be for a man, woman, non-binary person, and that's the past. Okay, so like the current position, you're sitting here with all the awareness of like the Ace of Pentacles, which is that like you are the divine having and using a human experience for the purposes of healing and growth and ascension and just to cultivate and create more love in the universe. And the Two of Cups in the reverse is giving me this energy of like some wound from the past. I'm hearing like a witch wound possibly from the past for some kind of queen who was very magical. You're very, very magical, and you weren't aware of your magic entirely for some reason, and you're still kind of questioning it in ways. Like not as much at all, because the energy that's coming 222 on the timer, the energy that's coming through here is that you are, it's almost like, it's kind of like a like it's like, okay, how can I say this? It's like a birthmark, kind of. But what I'm in, like, you got the birthmark being birthed. I think that's how that works. I don't know. Like it's like a scar on your knee from when you were a kid. That's the energy that this is giving me, where it's like, oh yeah, that's there, that happened, and like that affects me because that scar is sensitive. I don't know. My metaphors are not like totally on point right in this moment, but the energy that I'm just getting is that like you identify with being the expression of the divine and all of your magic, and there's this need still, this like tiny little tape inside of your brain, almost like a little tiny little violin. I'm hearing like that's like singing that swan song, that sadness, that like need to cling to some kind of I'm sorry to say, like victim mentality in a way. It's like you want to identify so badly with your pain still to some degree. 333 on the timer. And I don't know if that's like something that we can really actually outgrow here in the human experience, but it's present for you, and it's something that you're aware of. It's something that you would like to continue to let go of, and you've done so much beautiful work already, like to be so aware of how you're so divinely held and so divine. The Mask just came out here, and the Dead End, okay, which I like. This is giving me the energy of an ego death, especially with both of these together. So there was like a mask, something that was being masked and closed off, that hit a dead end here, and then infinite possibilities opened up. That's what that dead end means. You know, you have nowhere else to go but like in, right? Like up, ascension, you have nowhere else to go but like just hit that dead end, and then that third eye opens up, and you just, it's like an ego death kind of still needs to happen here in another way of some kind for someone, but this is not giving me like a painful one, don't worry, based on whatever it was that you moved through. But it's like giving me the energy that you like still want to hold on to something. So yeah, you would maybe have to, for whoever this message is for, you would maybe have to let go of something residual still, you know? Just in order to move into this position, the Emperor, which is where you're going. I love that. Knight of Swords, valiant, victorious, like just energized. You're going places, you know what you want. Seven of Pentacles as well. You're working hard on some kind of creation, your internal riches, and it's reflecting your outer world reality. So I'm getting this like emotional wisdom off of here, like this divine feminine energy that's very balanced in the Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Swords is giving me this like very, very balanced divine masculine energy. This is absolutely stunning. Straight into the Emperor, which is, I mean, I just love that for you, because whatever you're going to be setting down and letting go of is going to just continue to remind you of like who you are and who you've always been. Does that make sense? Like the fact that you've always been this Emperor here, 555 on the timer, and that you were made to believe that you weren't. Because again, if we look at the past position, Queen of Wands, you know, so this is akin to, you know, someone here who is a ruler, right? Someone is in charge, a divine feminine balance, divine feminine collective, divine masculine energies that are in charge. So you were a bit out of alignment in the past, not aware of how fully strong you were, and you brought that into harmony and balance. And I'm going to say for someone here, you will be bringing that into harmony and balance is what's coming through. And through this ego death experience of letting go of who you were and how you were, what you thought you wanted, what you thought you needed, who you thought you were, only to open up to the possibility that you're so much more than that. And that it's possible that you always have been. And spoiler alert, you were, and you are, and you always, throughout your entire lifetimes have been. You know what I mean? This is beautiful energy here on the table. Beautiful energy here on the table. Let's pull a little bit of Talisman Oracle. Let's see what the deal is. Thanks so much for being here with me, guys. Courage. Man, that fire, that lion energy. I feel like my hand just started to like tingle there. Ooh, courage coming out of there. Wow. I just heard like your courage makes them cowardly, which is interesting. And I think that your courage used to be seen as cowardly. Your courage is in your vulnerability and your honesty and your openness. And there are people that call your courage cowardly. That's interesting. They think that like, there are people that think that you are being a coward somehow. But they couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know. I'm not getting any of that energy here on the table, just for whatever that's worth. Protection. Yeah, you just like, you really do just like rebuke that energy. Like you're literally like Teflon, like butter, like melted butter. Literally, like I'm seeing some jackass prank, like where they slick the floor or whatever, and like your karmics come running down the floor, and you like, you didn't even realize that the prank was there, and you just like accidentally turned down the wrong hallway and missed it altogether. And then your karmics accidentally were like, whoa, where did he go, where did he go? And they like ran, and they ended up slipping on it. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's the energy. That's the energy. And I sigh because I'm like letting that out. I'm like, that's so heavy, that's so annoying. You learn the truth, and like they can't seem to grapple with the truth or understand the truth. They can't seem to accept that the truth, you know what I mean? And maybe you're learning to accept the truth too, you know what I mean? At the beginning of this, it's like you are much more powerful than you give yourself credit for, and it's important that you, the Emperor, don't focus on that energy, even though they're going to continue to come back around. And I think that what it is, and I'm getting this energy here too, that like you also are the type of person, I think it's beautiful of you, that you can like read this energy up and down and around the block, and then just like discard it and not care about what you did or said, because it doesn't stick inside of you, it doesn't enter you, it's not something that you spend time thinking about. You just call things how they are, and then you move along. And that's what makes you courageous, and that's, for some reason, like it's the energy of you moving along that people think is like cowardly or something. But when I say people, I don't even know if I'd give them credit like that. I don't know if I'd really even like call them people, right? because like their fear is so riddled inside of them that they can't even articulate the English words that are coming out of your mouth when like they're literally supposedly like, you know, some English scholarly professor, right? Like that's the energy. 10-10 on the timer. Confirmation. I don't know what to do about that confirmation there. You know what I mean? This is this inherent strength that you possess, that only you have, and I think that really shakes people up inside. And I'm just encouraging you, you know, to look at that energy when it's necessary and for the purposes of transmutation into becoming a more like vetted and strong, beautiful emperor. You know what I mean? I feel like you're kind of in this position now where you're like, well, you don't have much of a choice, so you might as well just do things however the fuck you want to do them, huh? Yeah. That's that good advice from your older, younger brother bestie here on the internet that loves to read energy. 11:11 on the timer. Thanks so much for being here for another reading, you guys. I look forward to hopefully seeing you another one very soon. Take care. Bye.